Hello, friends. I'm so glad that you could join me today. I have decided to start a little channel on here to be able to communicate a little bit better with my class, but also I'm going to hope that this reaches children that aren't in my class that could use some story time and a little bit of a lesson to help them get through this tough time of being out of school. I'm going to introduce myself first, kind of go over a little bit of information, and then we will be reading a fun book that I picked out that goes along with Easter since that's coming up. So first of all, I want to say hello to my class. You already know who I am. I miss you guys so much. It's been really tough for me not seeing your cute faces every day. So I'm hoping that maybe just you seeing my face will help a little bit. I love you guys and I miss you every single day. If you are not in my class, my name is Miss Nikki. I teach, I'm an instructional aide for pre-K 3-4. However, I mostly work with the 3-year-olds. We get along a little bit better, we have fun, and I just love that age. It's a great age, awesome age. So what my channel will be is for my students that can't do Zoom meetings with me, whether they don't have a webcam on their computer, they don't have the time to fit it in, or whatever. I'm going to do my lessons also on here for my students that can't do the Zoom meetings, or students that want to review, go over it. Whatever the reason is, this is mainly made for my students. However, I am hoping that this does get across to kids that might not be in my class, between the ages of 3 to 5, that would like a little bit more learning while they're out of school. I want to help however I can, utilize my resources as a teacher to help however I can the students that are not in school right now. I think this will continue throughout the rest of the year and over the summer because just because it's summer break doesn't mean the learning needs to stop. The content is mainly going to be story time with a focus on reading comprehension. I think this young age, 3 to 5, is when you should start focusing on reading comprehension. It'll help them later on in life so much if we start it now. There's going to be a little bit of science lessons here and there. I'm a big science nerd. I think it's really important. I study science in school myself. I'm also a student, so I will try to implement age-appropriate science lessons as well. Also, I'm thinking arts and crafts lessons would be fine if we can do them in an educational way, because once again, this young age is when you want to start working on dexterity and hand-eye coordination. Arts and crafts is a fantastic way to do that. So, without further ado, I'm going to read the book that I have picked out today. It's called Black and White Rabbits ABC, and the author, his name is Alan Baker. My class knows what author means, but if you don't know, that means that's who wrote the book. So Alan Baker took time out of his day to write this book for us, and I think that's very cool. Does not say who the illustrator is. Sometimes the author is also the illustrator, so maybe Alan Baker also illustrated the book. So, A is for apple. B is for box, where rabbit puts the apple. C is for crown, held in rabbit's paw, and C can also be for coloring. Have you guys been doing a lot of coloring while you're at home? I hope so. I think it's really good for your hands to hold a crown and learn how to use it in the correct way. I've been doing a lot of coloring while I'm at home too. It's fun. D is for drawing, or maybe you've been drawing. E is for easel, to rest a rabbit's paw, drawing on. F is for falling, as the apple topples over, it fell over. G is for glue, icky, sticky glue. Now my class, do you remember the rhyme that Kelly taught us about glue? I thought it was very helpful when he taught us that. It goes, just a dab, just a dab, just a dab will do. If you're not in my class, I hope that rhyme helps you, because you don't need a lot of glue when you're doing arts and crafts because it's very strong, right? You only need a little bit, just a dab will do. H is for hopping with a sticky paw. He had to hop around because his paw was all sticky from the glue. I is for ink bottle, right in Rabbit's way. J is for jumping, but not high enough. K is for kicking it over. Whoops! You can see Rabbit accidentally kicked over the ink bottle. I wonder if it's going to make a mess. But it was just an accident, right? L is for leaking all over the floor. M is the mess, soon mopped up. So you can see he did make a mess, but it's okay because look, he's cleaning it up. That's what you got to do when you make a mess. It's okay, you just have to clean it up. N is for nose, covered in ink. Now my class last week was, N was our word of the letter of the week. And I'm going to have a review on that at the end of this video and a challenge for you. So remember that at the end of the video. O is for opening a new jar of paint. P is for the paint, a bright apple green. So I guess he's painting a green apple. And you can say hi to my cat Timo. He's here visiting with us. Q is for quick, paint in the picture. You have to work fast with paint sometimes because it dries very quickly, especially acrylic paint. Maybe oil paints take a little bit longer to dry. So if you want to take your time, you should use watercolor or oil paints. Acrylic paints dry very quickly. R is for runny. The paint's not thick enough, or watery is another word that he could use. S is for spilling, as paint drips off the brush. Yes, hello Timo. Say hi to all of our students. T is for turning. Sometimes you have to turn the paper to get the right angle when you're painting. U is for upside down. V is for very good. Rabbit's painting is done, and look, he painted a green apple. Now my class, do you remember when we did our apple test where we hypothesized whether an apple would sink or float in water? If you remember what happens, please comment below. I want to see how many of you remember. And if you're not in my class, it's a fun science experiment that you can do where you try to decide, what do you think? Is an apple going to sink or float in water? And then get a big bowl of water and put it in there. It's pretty interesting. W is for water to wash the brush. Now, another science experiment I did with my class is we took water, a liquid, and we put it in an ice cube tray and put it in the freezer. If you remember what happened, let me know. It turned from a liquid to a what? See if you remember what it turned into. X is for kisses that Rabbit draws on his painting. So now this one's interesting because kisses actually doesn't start with X, it starts with K. But sometimes an X, like he's painting here, can stand for a kiss. So if you're writing a letter, drawing a painting, if you do X's, sometimes that can mean kiss, and O can mean hug. Y is for yawning. What a hard day's work. Yeah, he put in a lot of work, and it says to mom on here, so I guess he made this painting for his mommy, and that was very, very sweet. Z is for zzz. Rabbit's fast asleep. He had a long day of painting. He got tired, so he went to sleep. So, remember I said I had a challenge for you guys. I want you guys to hop like a rabbit, if you can, and say or think or point to your favorite N word. It could be nose, could be neck, could be nails. Could be, my favorite is nature. I love nature. I have some nature right here. So think of your favorite N word while you're jumping up and down just like a rabbit would. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I will be posting some of these more often. Make sure you comment your answers to all my questions down below, guys. And if you're not in my class, or if you are in my class and you want to share this to a family that might get some use out of it, that would be awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys.